Hi guys, my name is Michael and this is channel for all the PS Vita fans. Welcome! Lately I was revisiting some great PSP games and I stumbled upon many mind-blowing homebrew creations that are available at this platform and that I wasn't even aware of existing and that are not available on the PS Vita. The older PS Vita sibling surely is less powerful and capable than its younger counterpart, but it doesn't change anything on the fact it still has got a lot to offer. As we all know, this is a PS Vita related channel, therefore I'll be experiencing all these unofficial releases via the adrenaline using my PS Vita, and I'll be looking at the overall look, feel and primarily enjoyability. So without any further ado, let's dive right into the video. First game I want to cover is cspsp, which is an excellent homebrew game based heavily on Valve's super popular Counter-Strike franchise. Basically it is a 2D top-down shooter that can be compared to something like Hotline Miami. It features a simple team gameplay and a variety of iconic Counter-Strike maps like Italy, the Dust, and also a variety of iconic Counter-Strike weapons including Desert Eagle, AK-47 and the brutal Magnum sniper rifle among the others. There are also some sweet sound effects included, so you can always remember what you are playing, plus it nicely amends the feeling the game invokes. Simply said, it just brings back the CS nostalgia. Back in the PSP heydays you could even play it as a multiplayer, however now the only option left is to compete against bots. But don't be discouraged, as the bots are quite capable rivals and it will take you some time to adjust to the controls too. The bots will give you more than you deserve, that's for sure, so rather be ready to take on the challenge. I was pleasantly surprised by the quality of cspsp. It plays very well and it is real fun to behold, hence I'm recommending it, even though it's a bit plain and simple. There are even skins to play it as Halo or Matrix, but this one feels the most appropriate, at least in my opinion. The game size is about 33 megabytes. If you are interested in the game, I will leave some links for this one as well as for the others in the description below. By the way, did you know there is even a proper Counter-Strike on the PSP? I didn't either, but there is. It's not really a port as it's using a modified Quake engine, but it looks stunning and there are even proper looking maps. I won't be covering it here though, as there is a proper Counter-Strike available on the PS Vita already and I'm striving for diversity in the first place. So let's move on to the next one, the Shadow Warrior. Another excellent example of PSP's mightiness. Shadow Warrior is the original game in the franchise developed by 3D Realms in 1997. I believe this is more port than homebrew. It is a first-person shooter where you, as the main protagonist Lo Wang, you are trying to slay through the myriads of nasty creatures from the dark side that was sent to destroy you by your former employer Master Zilla. Lo Wang is slicing through his enemies using his trusty razor-sharp katana blade with other Japanese-themed weapons such as shurikens, but there are other conventional weaponry available too, like Uzis and other high-impact firearms. The environments are believable, there is a great ambient music, and we can't absolutely forget about the silly classical quotes the Lo Wang is spitting out. "Oh, like a scared of little snake. You no mess with Lo Wang. Pain is for the weak. Sayonara, come back. I stick a firecracker up your ass." Among many others that would need to be censored, so I'm rather leaving those out. Difficulty level is absolutely unforgiving, even on the I'm a tiny grasshopper level, which is clearly meant to be the easiest one, but it certainly ain't.
You are tiny grasshopper.
When you add the weird controls to the mix, just then you start to comprehend the scope of this challenge, as you are forced to aim with left joystick and strive with the right one, which is exactly opposite setup that we are used to nowadays. so please excuse my messed up gameplay as I couldn't wrap my head around it, so it might look like I'm a proper noob, which I clearly am in this scenario. I was able to tweak the controls to use D-pad for strife, but it certainly wasn't perfect. By the way, if you enjoyed the content, subscription to the channel would be greatly appreciated.
You're no mess with Lo Wang.
Third title is Halo Revamped, which is another outstanding homebrew inspired by famous Halo franchise and based on the Kurok/Quake engine, which is used very often in these homebrews, same like Unity is often used on the PS Vita, as it's usually the easiest to work with and the easiest to optimize properly. As you may have guessed, this is not a single player based campaign title, it is a multiplayer only. You can choose from different maps. You can add bots to your team or to your opponent's team. Halo Revamped reminds me quite a lot of the great Star Trek Voyager Elite Force the Holomatch Suite PS Vita port, as it works more or less on the same principle. To be closed in the constrained environment and to try to get rid of everybody that crosses your line of vision. This concept is nothing new, but it's cool to see the Halo skin on top of it, which makes it automatically much better experience than without it. On top of that, when you add the regular controls to the mixture, it instantly becomes highly addictive and highly competitive piece of art that, needless to say, deserves your thoughtful attention. If you feel intrigued, don't hesitate to check it out on your PS Vita. Fourth homebrew title that cannot miss on your journey through the homemade PSP goodness is called simply the Kurok. The Kurok, as the name may suggest, is the alternative turok version available natively on your PSP or PS Vita via Adrenaline. If you are a fan of the fearless dinosaur hunter, then you know there is no option to play it on your PS Vita as it wasn't released in any shape or form, apart from this exquisite Kurok version. Kurok is again a Quake mod of the original Turok game. There is a music and a sound effects from other games like 007 GoldenEye. I'm not exactly sure what's the scope of this port as I haven't been playing it for that long, but I'm sure there is a whole first chapter of the single player campaign as well as the option to compete with bots in deathmatch scenario. I'm also aware there is a 3DS version of the Kurok which has the full Turok single player campaign included, however this version hasn't received that much love from developers, so the first chapters is all we got. Despite this shortcoming, I do really fancy Kurok, even though I haven't been really a Turok fan back in the day. I was more into Hexen at the time. I love this port even more because of the fact I can choose to strive with the right joystick, which is a basic feature that cannot be overlooked, as the fun increases exponentially alongside with it. Kurok is therefore easily recommendable not just to Turok fans, but to all fans of FPS genre in general. All you need in order to make it run is to download it and place the files inside your uxo/pspmu/psp/game folder. It is worth it even with those brain-dead enemies, messed up animations and high difficulty. I'm not sure if I'm that weak or all the games are really so much harder. Last and certainly not least enjoyable title, but rather quite opposite, the most intriguing homebrew on this list is called Quartal, which is a port or rather recreation of Portal for the PSP based on the same aforementioned Kurok/Quake engine. Just to make things clear, it's not the full Portal game, it is just a recreation as I said. I couldn't really find much information about it and what it exactly contains. There are also many different beta versions that you could choose from. I've been using beta 2.5, the version 3, which is meant to be the newest release, with the most features and the best functionality, but I'm not really able to verify these claims, as there are still some critical bugs which make it unable for you to proceed further into the game. It's also perfectly possible that you will glitch out of the game or freeze in the wall or some similar incomprehensible absurdity that will force you to force close the application. But just the pure fact that you are holding the portal gun and you can create the portals and travel through them is, in my opinion, worth it to try out the game and see what it's all about. Yes, sure, Quartal leaves a lot to be desired. And it's possible that you will rage quit in the beginning and delete the whole folder straight after, but nonetheless I feel it's so much fun even when you are glitched out of the game behind barriers doing some absolute nonsense. At least the controls are properly customizable. If any of you knows where to download the best version, please let me know down below, I'd love to try it out. I'm leaving links for the versions I'm using, but as I said, those versions are with some critical flaws. Therefore, it would be great to try out the newest one, and I'm not sure which one is it supposed to be. What PSP Homebrew game do you like the most from this list, guys? Are you gonna try it out? I'll be playing some more Shadow Warrior, that's for sure, and with some healthy dose of determination I will give the Quartal some more goes. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with other PS Vita enthusiasts, it means a lot to me and to the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to check out some polls that I've created in the community section and take a vote. There are some interesting ones like how many of you still do use the PS Store, or how many of you have got your Vita exploited. Sub to the channel means you won't miss upcoming content, so thanks for watching guys and see you in the next one. Peace.